This edition of our podcast is brought to you by 360 Health and Well Balanced Nutrition.
Welcome to the Health Geeks Book Club podcast. Listen in as Kristen Norton and Eleanor Russell review all those great health and wellness books you've been wanting to read or you have read and want to talk about. Here's Kristen and Eleanor.
So Eleanor and I like to have these planning sessions sometimes. We'll go to a coffee shop and
Our bookstore.
And I've brought up some recipe books. And she was just saying that I get really excited about these recipe books.
Oh, yes, she does. She really does.
And I rarely make the recipes.
She just likes to read them.
Yes. And Eleanor's the one who enjoys cooking and exploring.
Oh, yeah.
So
Tim likes to cook too, don't you, Tim?
Mm-hmm.
I have finally joined, and I have been playing in the kitchen with Dr. Lyon's recipes.
Oh, how interesting that she's the one that got you into this.
Wow. I don't know about that.
I was introduced to cooking by a muscle-centric medicine lady.
So that's our topic today. We're talking about playing in the kitchen with Forever Strong recipes. And, we've talked a lot about eating protein. We've talked some about training, but now we're putting the recipes to the test.
Yeah, and this is in the appendix of this book. So when we read a book, baby, we read a book, right?
Yes.
I'm always looking at the bibliography and the publishers, but we go into the appendices and we tear them apart. So, and in her appendix, her whole Lion protocol is revealed. Like if you buy her story, here's a way you could do it. And she's got plans, meal plans, and recipes.
It's impressive.
It's very impressive, and it's not too much.
No, you're right. It's simple. It's fairly practical. She lays it out nicely, like here are some veggies, here are some proteins. She gives you the macros and puts it all together for you. And then you can even pick which plan you're on, like longevity.
That's just what I was going to say.
Yeah, tell us more.
She's got it broken out to, if you want to optimize your longevity, here's a 3-meal-a-day plan. I mean, 3 meals a day plan. And then she outlines what it would look like, for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Now, I did find that when she was doing that, not all of her suggestions were then a recipe in the back of the appendix, the next appendix, that she'd just tell you how to do it right there on the meal day.
Oh,
so it was a little fuller than I thought it was. Mm-hmm. So the first plan is for longevity, optimize longevity. The second one is optimize quality weight loss plan, and that's a 3 meals a day plus optional snack after meal 3, which I thought was kind of an interesting thing. Then she has a third plan, which is optimize your muscle plan, which I would have thought would have been the only one she'd have had in here.
Sure, yeah.
And it's 4 meals a day. So if you like to eat 4 meals a day, you might be building some muscle. And then she gives you the recipes. So,
yeah, it's a lot to take in. You said that you made a recipe and then...
Oh, I made more than one.
Oh, well, I know, but one of the recipes you made...
Uh-huh.
It said that you're supposed to have a snack with it, and you missed that at first.
I sure did, yeah. And I'll tell you what, you want me to tell you what it was?
Sure, yeah.
In her optimized longevity plan, because I'm planning on living another 30, 40 years.
I love that.
Yes, I know you do. We'll be podcasting forever, Tim.
Please, yes.
Thank you.
Anyway, there was a recipe called
Thank you.
Taco Stuffed Peppers. And it says 1 serving will give me 36 grams of protein, 17 carbs, 13 grams of fat, and 5 grams of fiber. And then I'm supposed to have a half cup of plain low-fat Greek yogurt, which will give me another 13 grams of protein. And then a teaspoon of honey, which is going to give me no protein. And a cup of berries, which is going to give me 1 gram of protein. And I got so excited about the recipe, I forgot that, in that meal, I was supposed to have the berries and the honey and the yogurt.
To round it out.
So anyway, the total would have been 540 calories for that meal, which is not bad.
No, that's good.
And particularly since it had 50 grams of protein, which would probably provide enough to get me the 2.5 grams of leucine.
Oh, for sure.
To trigger the muscle synthesis. Mm-hmm. And that's what she's up to here. You got to get that threshold. And since I am an older person, she says you may need a little more than that 2.5, right?
Right.
And if you're a younger person, you may not need as much
Correct,
to get to
yeah.
the threshold. But anyway, then she says, bonus for dessert, mix the yogurt with the honey and top with the berries. So when I went back to look at the taco thing and focused on making that pepper, it never referenced, oh, be sure you add the dessert.
Oh, the recipe in the back.
Yeah. So I totally
Okay.
didn't go back to look at the meal plan.
Yeah.
I was just so focused on, do I have enough peppers?
That makes a lot of sense.
yeah.
I would have done that. So how did that recipe go? It has like a cashew cream.
Yeah, it's called cilantro lime crema.
Uh-huh.
And Tim, you were just mentioning cashews.
Yeah,
You like cashews?
I do. I love them.
Do you
No,
like
I don't-
roasted cashews?
It's my favorite legume.
Roasted?
I have never tried them roasted.
Oh. Toasted? You always eat raw cashews?
Oh, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm stunned. Most everybody I know eats a toasted salted cashew.
Isn't that how they're usually sold?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, I eat them like that. I have.
There we go. There we
Yeah.
go. Okay, there's a difference then. Those
Okay.
have been roasted and toasted and are crispy, delicious, flavored, whatever.
I meant that I don't do that.
Gotcha. Yeah, well, so I went and found a big old chunky can of like 2 tons of raw cashews. And
Did you have to go to Whole Foods for that?
no, I didn't. I
No?
actually found them at Kirkland's at
Kirkland's?
Costco. Yeah.
Okay.
You know, we found some other Kirkland products that some of these authors say are not a bad option.
Right. Yeah.
And I
Olive
thought a
oil from
raw
Costco.
cashew is what can they do to that really? But anyway, to start with, I'll come back to the cashew recipe.
Okay.
All right. Well, maybe I won't because you have to start there. You have to soak these cashews for 4 hours.
Yeah. Let me say, normally when I make a crema,
Oh, you do this often?
well, so it started with a fish taco recipe I did a long time ago, and it just called for sour cream, lime juice, lime zest, and cilantro. And that was your sauce.
Mm-hmm.
But she's making it out of cashews.
Oh, yeah. So when I was in the raw food craze way back,
Yeah.
before I met you, I thought I would dabble in raw food. So I went to all these workshops on how do you live on raw food. And so you could have all these fake foods that are, I mean, like you could have the one that we had was a pasta carbonara. And so we had a raw spaghetti squash or something, I guess, that we put that on.
Mm-hmm.
And then the crema, it was a cashew cream seasoned, with a sort of an Italian sprinkling. It was delicious, absolutely. I thought, and it was really smooth, and I would not have known it was a cashew base. So I had already had a favorable experience with a cashew raw cream. So I thought, okay, this will be easy. It was not easy.
Okay, so you soaked the cashews.
Yeah, but wait a minute. She said this whole recipe takes prep time of 25 minutes.
Oh.
It took me 2.5 hours.
Okay. Yeah.
And that's because it was the first time I was doing
Right,
it.
yeah.
But I still think, I don't know if that's realistic. So, you had to soak those things for 4 hours or overnight in your refrigerator. So I did pick up on that and did that. And then I was to get 4 medium bell peppers, 5 scallions, count these things out. Actually, when I bought my little bundle of scallions at Lowe's Food, there were 5 of them in there. So it's perfect. And then some garlic and some chili powder, cumin, paprika, black pepper. I had all of that. Then I had to get 95% lean ground beef. I couldn't find it. I could only find 93%.
Yeah.
So I used that. And then 2 cups of cauliflower rice, thawed and frozen. I thought, what?
Thawed and then frozen?
Thawed and drained if frozen.
Oh, okay.
And so I thought, I'm not going to grate a cauliflower.
Oh,
I'm going to take and I've never, ever bought whatever that is.
Rice cauliflower?
Yes, because I think I can rice my own. But anyway, I did it.
Okay.
I did it. I got the plastic bag and all that stuff, and it was perfect because I didn't have time. I would have been in there another 2 hours.
Yeah.
And so you put all this stuff together, and it was enough to fill another pepper. So luckily, I had another pepper. And so I had 10 half peppers in this baking dish filled with this absolutely delicious meat sauce because it had fire roasted tomatoes with green chilies in it as well, which I didn't notice until I'd come home from the grocery store. It was supposed to be fire roasted with green chilies. So I went back and got the green chilies, and I did find, and it was not easy to find, fire roasted tomato, canned tomato, but I did it. Anyway, and then you are supposed to serve it as you would a taco. And so I just diced up some lettuce and some red onion, and then this crema. So you make this crema by just putting those raw soaked cashews in your blender, and you throw equal amount of cilantro, basically, and then zest of a lime and some lime juice. All good things. Mm-hmm. And you whiz that. Mm-hmm. Well, mine never got creamy. It was more like grits.
Clumpy.
Yeah, well, it was acceptable, but it was not. I will do this again, and I will get this right, because the combination of a tablespoon of that stuff on that pepper with that stuffed, it was incredibly good, and I was surprised because
this makes me want to try it.
I've made these before, but yeah, and then I served it with a little salsa to get a little zing on it. And so then I did the money on it, because I thought, okay, I say this stuff costs a lot of money, because you go shopping for these things you don't normally
counted up how much it costs?
I did. I have my
love that. Okay.
Yeah, and the total thing was about $24. But since I had 10 peppers, I divided that by 10. So $2.40 a serving. That's not bad.
Not bad at all.
Not bad. And you didn't need a second one. I mean, you could. But so you spent $5 if you had a whole pepper. But it was very filling.
$5 isn't bad either.
Yeah.
Cool.
So I thought, okay, she got me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tired of feeling stuck in your health journey? At Well Balanced Nutrition, we understand that achieving your health goals isn't just about what you eat. It's about overcoming the mental roadblocks holding you back. Our team of expert nutrition coaches is here to guide you every step of the way, helping you break through mindset barriers and reach your full potential. Don't let mindset barriers stand in the way of your health and happiness. Call Well Balanced Nutrition today and start your journey to a better you. Well, I almost tried this recipe because I have kind of a shortcut stuffed bell pepper recipe I use. Mm-hmm. And I use a Near East box of quinoa, roasted red pepper blend, and then I use meat sauce and kind of combine it all. And I couldn't find this box that I was going to all of the grocery stores. So I'm like, dang it, I'm just going to try this one in her recipe book. And then I saw Eleanor was trying it. So I'm like, oh, okay, I got to try something else.
So back to the drawing board.
But I'm glad it was good. And so I just want to say on her cashew sauce, it just surprises me, since she is a component of animal protein, that she still includes something like this, where it could have been a dairy-based meat or dairy-based sauce. So I like that. I love it, because that something is similar to that has been in the Fiber Fueled cookbook, and I've wanted to try it. So.
Well, I might go to that book and try that recipe and see if there's any. I mean, I can't imagine it's any different, because it's such a simple thing.
Maybe.
But I think it may have had to do with the soaking of the cashews. Maybe just didn't soak them long enough or whatever.
So it sounds like it was a medium to high effort and not necessarily great for a busy night, but you would do it again.
Well, I froze the stuff, so now I have to pop it out of the freezer and I'm good to go.
So it's good for meal prep.
Yeah. So I was okay with that investment, but I was surprised. And I've made peppers before too, and I didn't think it would take me that long. But I was paying particular attention and making sure I followed her. It was a first time through. Maybe
which
the second
always
time.
takes longer.
Yeah, I think so. But still, it's a lot. You got to fix those peppers, and you got to, fix that meat sauce, and you got.
How do you fix the peppers? Do you just steam those? Or?
No, I thought I was going to. I thought I was going to roast them or something, but you just cut them in half, clearing out the seeds and stems, and put them in the baking dish, fill them, and so they were raw.
What color?
Green. I know, but you could use the red or the.
You could use any of them. Yeah,
and then you cover it with foil and bake it for 35 to 40 minutes.
Oh, okay.
And so it's steaming in there, and it cooks the whole thing.
Yeah,
But the proportion of those spices that she used, that was really, she's on it. She was on it.
Okay, okay.
Did you try anything else?
So, what I tried 3 recipes.
Ooh.
And all in one night. So I tried the garlic rosemary.
Was Dustin happy? Did he get fed? He was hungry at 5 o'clock.
The family
right?
got fed, yes. garlic, rosemary, roast pork tenderloin.
Oh, yeah.
So I had to begin with brining, which was just, salt and water, and then put it in the refrigerator for at least an hour and up to 4 hours. Well, it's me, and I don't always read everything in advance or remember that I'm supposed to do that. So I only did it for about 30 minutes, the brining and letting it sit. So I don't know how much of it made a difference there, but I did that sort of step.
This is good, isn't it?
Yeah.
I love this. Keep going.
And then I zest some lime. No, it was lemon. Chop up some rosemary and garlic and kind of put this together with some oil. And then it's kind of a rub. Mm-hmm. So I did that. This was interesting. I have normally seared the pork tenderloin on the stove or on the stovetop and then put it in. But this recipe calls for, while you're preheating your oven to 400, you put the cast iron skillet in the oven.
Yes.
So that it's hot. Which, why don't we just do this on the stove? I didn't understand this step, but I followed. So you're preheating, and then when the pork is ready, you take out the hot cast iron skillet, put it on medium heat, and then I don't get it.
Yeah.
And then you sear the top, and then you put it back, the whole thing back in the oven. So
I'm with you on that.
then you have to tent it. You have to check the temperature to 135. When it reaches that, you tent it for 10 minutes and let it rest. And that tenting is supposed to let it come to the right temperature. Well, I think I overdid it a little bit, even though I followed her timing. My oven is just really hot. So there's that. But the pork was juicier than usual. And it had really good flavor.
Yeah.
So
Which is what matters in
It
the
is,
flavor
it is.
part.
that's
maybe
right.
Not the other part.
That's right. So with that, I had bone broth rice.
That sounds good.
Yeah,
Was it?
it was. So again, I'm sounding like the worst chef in the world, home chef.
No. Come on.
But I'm not great. So I struggle with rice on the, like, if I do it in my Instapot, it's great. But on the stovetop, I
Sticks bottom. Yeah.
sticks to the bottom or it's not soft. So it didn't get as soft as I wanted. But putting bone broth, and she calls for a little bit of butter, helps satisfy my family, because sometimes when I make just with the water and the salt, they're like, this is so boring.
Yeah.
So I like the
flavor.
bone broth has flavor, and then to her point, it adds a little bit more protein to your side.
Did you use boxed bone broth, or did you make your own?
Oh gosh, I do have a recipe for making my own, but I did not do
Okay.
that. I did Swanson bone broth. I looked at the Kettle and Fire bone broth because that's a really popular brand, but it was twice the cost of the Swanson. So I luckily grabbed that.
So the bone broth, was it made from chicken bones or from beef bones or from
Chicken, and she said you could do either, but she prefers chicken. So I went with that.
Because when I roasted whole chicken or whatever, I go on and boil them sometimes, and then I've got that. It's like you're cooking the meat, but you get the broth on the side.
Yeah. Okay, so my third recipe.
Yes.
Well, actually 4.
I bet so. Oh, I'm so proud of you. I am so proud. You did it.
I did it. Okay, so I did the air fried artichoke quarters. This was the one I was most excited about because I like artichoke. And so you just take a can, quartered artichokes, and put a little oil, Italian, a seasoning, salt, and pepper, and you air fry them, and they get crispy.
And they're canned.
And I just use canned, yeah.
Wow. In water, not in oil, right?
I got the canned in water because that's what I usually get. But I'm thinking, well, I'm adding oil and the Italian seasoning, so I wonder if I could have just gotten the marinated ones.
I have some. I might try that. Okay. And it was good.
It was really good. Ooh. And then, so she recommended the yogurt dill sauce to go with the artichokes. And that task I put to my 12-year-old daughter.
Yes, good.
And she did great.
Yeah.
And she loved this dip. She was like, oh.
Let's do this again.
She didn't have the artichokes. She was scared of those, but she used carrots to dip them in. So but It did. It called for a little extra step in this as well.
Oh.
You had to pan sear the garlic cloves
Okay.
instead of just putting them in fresh.
Oh, okay.
So you,
That's kind of nice.
yeah, they get this kind of
That
deep
activates
flavor.
the flavor, yeah.
Mm-hmm. And then you put some low-fat Greek yogurt, lemon zest, lemon juice, some fresh dill. Called for fresh mint, but we didn't have it, so we left it out, and it was fine. And then salt and pepper.
Ooh, nice.
And it kind of went with the whole meal. So we had the rice, the pork, and the artichokes, and the sauce kind of just went over everything really nicely.
Kudos.
Yeah,
Kudos.
I did it.
Hey.
That's awesome.
Hey, if you're as interested in prevention as I am, contact me, Eleanor Russell, at 360health, number 4, letter U.com. Whether you're interested in financial wellness or physical health products, 360 Health invites you to become part of our community. Okay, I tried another one.
Okay.
I tried the poached salmon. Now, I've always thought that poaching was sort of like a poached egg, it's sort of a steam type thing.
Mm-hmm.
But she wanted you to cover the fish in water.
Yeah,
Is that
that's,
right?
That's what poaching is. Poaching is actually
Why is it not called boiled?
well because you're not necessarily boiling
Okay.
it. You're just basically frying it in water.
Is it because it's a lower temperature?
Yeah, you put it. You have to have a thermometer, and you get it to where it reads 170 to 180.
The water?
And then you put the salmon in the skillet on top of the lemon slices that are in there, and you add more hot water if you need it, and then you cover and poach until it's cooked through the thickest part till it's flaky. So it didn't take long.
Now, she said that this was a way to not make your house smell like fish.
Mm-hmm.
Is it true?
Yeah,
Okay.
and it was very good. And I served it with. She didn't tell me to do this, but I decided to because her slaw recipe called for white cabbage, and I only had red cabbage. And so I substituted that, and it was excellent. Again, her let's see if I can get her slaw recipe had tangy slaw. You used an onion, some apple cider vinegar. She wanted you to use a bag of shredded cabbage. I'm thinking, come on, honey, you can shred your own cabbage. We can do this.
You're so funny.
I know. Okay, one small red bell pepper, and then some Dijon mustard and some coconut aminos, and I used soy aminos, raw honey, celery seed, virgin olive oil, black pepper, and it was good, really good slaw. And I make slaw just throwing stuff together.
Yeah.
I think I'll pay attention to her recipe the next time. It was good.
Nice.
Yeah.
So, you know what I love?
What?
She doesn't just promote boring grilled chicken breasts and a side of roasted vegetables.
Yeah, exactly.
Because that's when you think about getting your protein in, that's kind of what people default to. But she did not cut short on flavor with these sauces and fresh herbs. And she didn't cut short on the veggies either. She either incorporated them into the meals or she has veggie sides that you can make.
Yeah.
So props to her for that.
Yeah, and props to her for, I was going to try this recipe, and then I said, I can't do this. Steamed eggs, and it's like, well, can you just boil them?
Yeah,
It's
what's wrong with boiled
What's
eggs?
the difference between a steamed egg and a boiled egg? Do you know? I mean,
I don't.
the
Well-
end product, do they look the same? You crack the egg, and you got a solid thing in there, right?
Yeah. So how Stephanie does our fried eggs is she'll have a little bit of oil or butter
No, I'm
or
talking
something.
about boiled.
Well, no, that's boiled. I don't do that so much. But,
Yeah, and-
but the steamed part.
Oh, I
then
got that too,
then
yeah.
you put the water in there and then cover
Yes.
it and let it steam itself.
Yeah, but,
yeah, boiled eggs.
This was just like put 6 large eggs and bring 1 inch of water to boil in a saucepan, put steamer basket in there, put the eggs in it, cook it for 8 minutes or 12 minutes or what. I thought, this is good though, because some people don't know how to boil an egg. And they don't know how to. How do you get those hard boiled eggs? You go to the grocery store and buy them.
Yeah, those are always rubbery too.
Yeah, you
They're
can make them in
gross.
your own home. It's like not that. But anyway, she
I
gives,
do mine in the Instapot.
for the beginner. That she's talked about. There's a beginner, intermediate, and advanced. And I always
Yeah.
say some of the stuff that we've been cooking was a little bit advanced for somebody in the kitchen that doesn't know their way around. But she's got some stuff in here, and fried eggs. How to make a fried egg? How to scramble an egg?
Yeah.
So it's like, even though she bought diced cauliflower and bagged cabbage, she also said there's some people that need to know how to do that
Yeah.
because they don't know how to do those things. They haven't grown up in a kitchen. They don't have a grater or whatever.
Right.
You know? So, yeah, I thought her recipe selection was pretty good.
I did too. Yeah. And I'll just say
They sound good.
I don't mind supermarket shortcuts, and we promote them quite a bit at Well Balanced Nutrition because we do see that mindset a lot. Like, oh, well, I can shred this at home, so I'm not going to buy it. But then they don't shred it. And so sometimes you just got to buy it so that it's done.
Yeah, absolutely. And the thing is, I don't have an hour. I don't have the extra 15 minutes to clean up after that because that makes a mess when you shred cabbage.
True,
you know?
yeah.
So it's not only the shredding, it's the cleanup in your kitchen and how many bowls did you use and whatever. So yeah, shortcuts are perfect for in the right moment.
Yeah. And I've done both. Like
Yes.
I've bought boiled eggs at the store that are already made, and I've made them myself. Like it all depends on what time you have and so forth. So yeah.
Well, she has a roasted shrimp recipe in here, and so if y'all want to come over, we might try that.
I think we should do that. We need a Health Geeks Book Club podcast cookout.
Potluck.
A potluck.
Oh, that would be fun, yeah.
Yeah. So I came across a similar idea on Instagram. This gal was picking a recipe, and then everybody makes she was picking a cookbook, and then everybody makes a recipe from this cookbook and brings it as a potluck. So it was a cookbook club. Oh, neat concept. Well, anyway, so I think we've really linked this to real life by talking about our experiences playing in the kitchen.
That was our goal in this episode, was that we actually do some of these things.
So what should our listeners try?
Well, I think they ought to try one of these recipes themselves. You know, make a sauce if you don't want to do the big recipe, you know, or try the steamed egg.
That's right.
Yeah.
Start simple if you want.
But I, like I said, from what you said and what I said, our experience was her flavoring is very good. So if you want to try one of these other ones, you might discover one we haven't tried yet. And then tell us about it on our webpage, right?
Yeah, you can leave comments there. You can send it to the social media stuff, email.
And if you don't have the book, where could you get it?
You can get that on Amazon. Yeah, on the website, Health Geeks Book Club. If you go to the Health Geeks bookstore, you can click on that and click on the Forever Strong, and it will actually help us. Thank you.
And one of the call-ins, thank you call-in from Washington, wanted to know if she should buy the ebook or the hardcover. And I have not looked at an ebook. She said, do they have links to things, or do you have any experience with ebooks? I like hard books.
I have the hard copy of this. Normally
an audiobook.
will do
I do
an
that,
audiobook, and they have like a PDF accompanies.
Some people are reading on their screens, the ebooks.
That's true.
And I don't know how they behave because I don't like to read from a screen. I'm trying to minimize my screen time.
Yeah.
Anyway, so yeah, what do you think they should do? Are you going to? I gave them a tip to try a recipe.
I would say yes. Try the recipe and don't skip veggies. Get your protein in. Add the veggies with it. And if you're brave, I meant to bring this up earlier.
Yeah, I wanted that too.
She has a liver hack in here. She says animal-based proteins are the original superfood. Well, liver is really high in nutrients, iron, B12. So if you're brave, she says take some frozen liver and shred it into your hamburger beef. And this will kind of disguise the flavor, but add nutrients. Or maybe just eat some other iron-rich foods instead.
So is it a one of these myths that the liver, since it is a detoxification organ, is one that sort of concentrates some of the bad things that we might be environmentally exposed to? Because that's one of the reasons that a lot of people don't choose organ meats anymore, is because of that. And now I have been one of those people. Because I did like Brunswiger liverwurst sandwiches. I never liked liver and onions when it was served as I was a kid. The smell in the kitchen was enough to say I'm not going home. But so I've never liked liver, but I did like the liverwurst. I mean, it's kind of a nice pate, sometimes a little different. And I love chicken livers with bacon wrapped around them, soaked in soy sauce as a little appetizer. Those were very good. But then when I just started thinking, I don't want a lot of that liver in my body.
Yeah,
because
it's
it
a
is.
good point.
It's the filter, right?
Yeah, it is. It's a detoxification organ.
But if you take the humane part out of it, well, how do you feel about foie gras?
What's that?
It's fatted goose or duck liver. It tastes really, really fantastic.
Yeah, it's like a pate.
It is,
It's an appetizer type. You don't need a meal of it.
Right, yeah.
It's a taste.
It's a side.
It's a taste, and it is good. Duck is delicious. It's very
Yes,
good.
it is. Yes.
Have you ever eaten duck? Oh man,
Maybe.
yeah.
I've tried
It's a
to
little
buy it. I
greasy,
definitely
but-
haven't ordered
That's
it.
what's good about it.
Yeah, it's so good.
Yeah, and
though.
duck fat. Some of the French cook with duck fat, and it does something nice.
Indeed. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It does a lot good.
Yeah,
Well, the liver is for maybe the adventurous. I won't be trying it, but I do like Eleanor's try this at home, try a recipe.
yeah.
And I say don't forget your veggies.
I'm all for it. So I'm Eleanor at 360health, number 4letteru.com, helping you make good choices as you're purchasing products to run your household and to nourish yourself.
And I'm Kristen Norton. I'm one of the registered dietitians of Well Balanced Nutrition, a North Carolina-based wellness company. We offer nutrition coaching. Check out our blog, follow us on Instagram, maybe even book a free clarity call if you want to chat with one of our coaches. You can find us at wellbalancednutrition.com.
And don't forget to buy this book from the Health Geeks bookstore on our website, healthgeekspodcast.com.
The views and opinions stated in this podcast are solely those of the contributors and are not necessarily those of our distributors or hosting company. This podcast is copyrighted, and no part can be reproduced without the expressed written consent of Kristen and Eleanor.